Hello and welcome to e-GMAT. We will solve question number 89 of OG Verbal Second Edition by using e-GMAT three-step process. In the first step, we will understand the meaning of the sentence. In the second, we will evaluate the errors in the sentence. And finally, we will review all the answer choices to get to the correct answer. So let's begin. If Dr. Wade was right, any apparent connection of the eating of highly processed foods and excelling at sports is purely coincidental. This sentence presents a few facts. It says that according to Dr. Wade, there is no connection between eating highly processed food and excelling at sports. If ever a connection like this is detected, it will be purely coincidental. Now let us evaluate the errors by splitting this sentence into its clauses. So here comes the first clause. If Dr. Wade was right, here Dr. Wade is the subject and was is the verb. After right, we have a subject-verb pair, which means we have another clause that reads, any apparent connection of the eating of highly processed foods and excelling at sports is purely coincidental. Here, any apparent connection of the eating of highly processed foods and excelling at sports is the subject and is the verb. Now notice that highly processed foods or sports cannot be the subject of this clause because both of these lie in the prepositional phrases that modify any apparent connection. Being the head of the phrase, any apparent connection will decide the number of verb in this clause. Since any apparent connection is singular, it takes singular verb is. Now, the correct expression is connection between X and Y or connection among X, Y and Z. Connection of A and B is incorrect. Hence, use of after connection leads to idiom error in this sentence. Also, this phrase, the eating of, is not idiomatic. Eating need not be followed by any preposition, unlike excelling, to be used correctly. For example, Mary likes eating apples. Mary likes excelling at sports. At is required after excelling, but we do not need any preposition after eating. Hence, use of after eating leads to another idiom error in this sentence. So we have two idiom errors here, and let us run the POE to find out which answer choice corrects these errors. Well, choice A certainly does not, as we discussed just now. Choice B is also not correct. Firstly, because it repeats the same connection idiom error as we saw in choice A. And also, this construction is unnecessarily wordy. Should communicates a hypothetical sense, which is not the intended meaning here. So these two errors make choice B incorrect. Let's take a look at choice C now. Well, choice C is also incorrect firstly because it uses the phrase any connection that is apparent, which is wordier than any apparent connection. Also, this choice repeats the same eating of idiom error as in choice A. Hence, these two errors make choice C incorrect. Choice D is the correct answer because now it clearly communicates the intended meaning of the sentence using correct verb tense. Let's take a look at choice E. Well, choice E is incorrect because it repeats the same verb error as we saw in choice B. So as we just found out, choice D is the correct answer for this sentence. This brings us to the takeaway messages of this sentence. All the idioms must be worded correctly to convey the intended meaning of the sentence in the most effective manner. Also, certain words are followed by specific prepositions. They must be used together for correct usage and meaning. Also, we must use precise expressions for clearer meaning of the sentence. The concepts tested in this sentence have been covered in e-GMAT concepts, Level 1 idioms standard expression and Level 2 verb conditional.